Hello, 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 and welcome everyone to Kicking It with Brother Ed. Today we have a very, very special program. As you know, the month of October, and this month we bring awareness to a lot of different things, but today we want to bring awareness to domestic violence. Domestic violence is clearly an issue across the world, not just the United States, but every country. And we want to discuss that today. And we have a guest here who is actually a very close friend of someone that was a victim of domestic violence. So please stay tuned in. We're going to discuss this. There are going to be a lot of heavy details here. So if you're a person that can't handle the truth, then you should probably stay on more than anyone. This is a truth that you have to hear today. And we're just going to keep it real. We're going to keep it real. We're going to keep it transparent. I'm so happy that you're here today. And please, once this is a live show, but once this is out there to share with others, please. And if there's somebody that needs to be on here right now, get them tuned in, send them the link, the YouTube link, the Facebook link, whatever. Send them the link. It has to be heard. We have to bring more awareness than we have in the past. So anyway, I have Miss Jackie with us here today. Bring on Jackie, Jackie, Jackie. We're so happy to have you here today, Miss Jackie.
Hi, Nalate. How are you? Good to see you.
Oh, good to see you too. Beautiful as ever. Thank you so much. I wish we were talking about something that was light, if you will, but I think exposing darkness is what brings the light. So I'm so glad that you're here to do that. And as we talk about domestic violence, or before we talk about domestic violence, can you just tell us where you're from?
Sure. I was born in Jamaica, West Indies. I was raised in Brooklyn, and I migrated to New Jersey in 1984. I've been here ever since, and I'm still in New Jersey.
Awesome. So you're a Jersey girl, a Jamaican
Jersey girl, yeah.
Awesome. So you're here for a purpose, a really heavy, a really powerful purpose. And so we want to talk about that right now. Let's just jump right into it. Please tell us what brought you on today's program. What made you decide to be the person that we interview today about this particular topic?
What brought me on here is because, like I said, one of my best friends, my closest friend, my little sister, was brutally murdered by her deranged boyfriend. And I just wanted to get this out to all the women out there, the 4 steps to look for. You want me to go in? I can go in right now. The first step is, and I got this from my girlfriend's mouth, her text, is the obsession. He's being obsessed with you. He has to go where you go. He has to know where you are every second of the day. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to read from her mouth. She's not here now, but this is what she actually texted me one day. She said, "Girl, this guy is so obsessed with me, always blaming me for cheating, went into my phone and found an innocent conversation and wants to start a fight." So at that point now, he is just obsessed. He just don't want her to speak to anyone else, not even probably not even her brother if it was up to him. But that's the first step.
But can we stop there too? Because when we talk about obsession, I think male or female, sometimes when you're dating someone in the beginning, obsession seems kind of cool. Like, oh, this guy really likes me, or this girl's really into me. Can you share some more about some of the examples of how he obviously, you know, the one example you shared, but were there any other examples that you can think of that were like open red flags? Because it's clear that she felt there was something wrong there with that obsession. But again, sometimes in the beginning of relationships, we think, oh, it's so cute or it's so cool. But it sounds like, based on how you read it, she was already finding that there was an issue there. Were there any other examples of that obsession?
Absolutely. If you go to get your hair done, you're going to get some braids, right? Probably take 2.5 hours. Why do we need to sit there and wait for you to get your hair braided? Now, obsession might be cute at first. It might seem like, oh, he loves me, but there is a border where, okay, so I'm going to go here and you can stay home and wait. I'll be back. But that didn't happen. You always had to be there wherever she was. And the second thing is that I heard firsthand with my own ears is that the verbal abuse. Okay. I called her, he picked up her phone. Why are you picking up her phone if she did not tell you to pick up her phone? And start telling me, calling her derogative names to me. And I hung the phone up. And I was like, why is he telling me that? I don't want to hear that. That's my, like, she calls me back and I said this to her, Nalate. I said, I have fear inside I have fear in my bones for you. And she said, I don't know what's wrong with him. And I said, there is something wrong with him. But when you love someone, I guess love, I don't know, you can say, oh, you know, maybe he'll change or maybe, but no, that was not love. That was crazy obsession. Yeah. And so when he started a verbal abuse, I was concerned about that. That's the second step. But those two I got because she was alive at that time. After she got murdered, I found out that he was hitting her. But my girlfriend was a strong, very feisty, outspoken person. She doesn't take anything. So I could not put her in that category as, oh, somebody that's going to sit there and take that. No, she'll fight you. So, of course, the male gender is stronger, so they're going to overpower you. But she did not sit down and take it. But I was just saddened that she didn't feel close enough to me to discuss this. Maybe I would have told her, red flags, got to figure it out. But I don't know if it's love or I don't know. I don't know what it was, why he actually was back in her space to actually kill her.
Because we have a tendency, I think, just in general across the board, male, female, the friends we find are the strongest. We never expect them to have weak moments.
Never. I never would have thought of that because she was a strong, educated, beautiful talent. She did everything. And her life was just taken too fast. She was struck down. Her life was just gone. And to this day, I think about her all the time. And sometimes I hear her voice and it's really a sad situation. And she leave her son. So now her son is there to, you know, she's looking from heaven, but we want our parent to be there. We want our sister to be there. We don't want them to be gone from us. So that's the third step. And then after he starts beating you, he figured, well, I can't beat it out of her. I'm just going to kill her. Because if I can't have her, no one else can have her. Like, that's crazy obsession, right? That's how I look at it. I would never, I just hope if there's any ladies out there listening and they have one flag, think about that. Don't think you could change him. Unless he's going to find Jesus and go to church. Maybe you can. But while he's doing that, separate. And if he come back to you and tell, oh, he's a changed man and but for me, I would separate myself from that situation. But it's easier said than done.
Amen. Amen. And I think, and there was a comment that was made. I think the name of the person was Jersey Shine. If I got it, I'm sorry if I got it wrong.
That's my daughter's my family. My in-laws, my daughter's in-laws. Yes.
I appreciate that comment because fear is it. Fear,
yes.
And fear comes from something deeper too, because you have the fear, but we just naturally, I think as human beings, we're afraid of something, you know, a spider, the sound of a gunshot, right? But sometimes when you have some type of trauma from your past, you learn this wall up. So you learn how to block everyone else from seeing the true fear that lies beneath you. You know,
Yeah.
that has festered, has just stayed there, but you learn how to just keep everyone at arm's length. Well, further than that, you learn how to show or demonstrate this strength, but deep inside you have this fear. You're like a child, and that could very well have been part of it.
Yes.
I definitely agree that fear is a big thing, because her fear may have even caused her to think, if I fight back, whether physically or verbally, or if I just leave him altogether, he'll
Yeah.
kill me, or
Yeah.
he'll hurt my child, you know. But unfortunately, she ended up having the same outcome that she probably was so afraid of. And which means, hey, whatever the outcome is, run for your life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And she tried to run and he chased her down after he stabbed. I don't know if I should be saying this.
Yes, go ahead.
And after he stabbed her, he was chasing her and she collapsed in front of somebody's house and they came out and he ran away. I don't know. I don't know what could have possessed him to actually feel like he should take this young girl's life. You know, it's unbelievable. But yeah, I feel like a woman once he hits you once,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to keep hitting you, and the hit is going to turn from hitting to trying to do something more fearful because he's figuring, oh, she's not getting it. I'm gonna keep beating her. And then when he figures, okay, she's gonna leave, she's not gonna leave because if I can't have her, no one else is gonna have her.
Oh.
Yeah. And I just wish anyone who's watching this program today that get that little one red flag. If he has to pick up your phone to see who's on it, you need to run because there's no reason if you don't say, "Oh, honey, get my phone," he should be picking up your phone to try and figure out who's on the other end. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So it sounds like there were quite a few red flags. Was there anything, and I know you have a couple more to talk about, but I do want to ask this, was there anything in particular that, or several different things even, that you said to her during the times, especially when even your own anxiety from this situation presented itself? Was there anything that you said to her that you would even say to the viewing audience, or give them advice on what they should say to their loved one on how to get out, or whatever it is, or these are warning signs, sis, you know, this is.
You know what I said to her? I said, Sandra, something is mentally wrong with him because if he's going to accuse you of all these things and he know it's not true, then he's acting kind of strange. She said, "Oh, yeah, like she brushed it off, right? Because I'm thinking she figured he will never hurt her, but but he did hit her, and I didn't know. So, but like I said, hitting is a big, big, big red flag. Hitting, because next thing's gonna kill you. He's just gonna kill you, and you're done. You're gone. No, not here anymore for your family. Yeah. So I feel, yeah. And I have a daughter. And I also was in an abusive relationship. But when I thought about it, like, you know what? I got to go because I have my child and I don't want her to see this thinking it's okay.
Right.
And God has blessed her with the perfect husband. And I was I thank God every day for that because there's a lot of women out here now that's dead because they got the wrong person. They was with the wrong person.
Right. Wow. You're a survivor of abuse, and I did see is it Margie? I can't read it from a distance right now, but it looks like one of our viewers is saying that she can relate because she was an abused wife. And
wow.
I'm sorry, I'm so sorry to hear that, but I'm so happy that you are also a survivor, because a conqueror even. Because if you can get out of a situation like that, I think we have a tendency to think, oh, they got out of it, that's great.
Yeah.
But it's so much deeper than that. It's so much deeper because you're dealing with a mad person, man or woman. You're dealing with a mad person. This person is willing to do whatever it takes, like you said,
To keep you
to
in his life.
keep you right.
Keep your
Exactly.
life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which means they're insane. Something is wrong with them. It's
Yeah.
love is not the same as possession
Obsession.
and obsession.
Mm-mm.
It's
No.
not the same. And there are red flags. Like I think a lot of people assume that if he says this or does that again, oh, he loves me. He just loves
Yeah.
it's okay. He just loves me. And it might have something to do with how they grew up, that they would even associate that with love.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. People who grown up seeing their parents being abused, little boys might see their fathers beating their mom and think it's okay, and they're going to do that when they get older.
Right.
They think, oh, fine, my father beat my mom, so I can do it too. But
Right.
it's not. It's not. You do not want your children seeing that at all.
At
No.
all. Oh my
No.
gosh.
Mm.
Do you feel like there were other people in her life that excused his actions, or other people in her life that may have even done what you did and just stuck up for her and said, hey, listen, this is what you need to do, or I don't think this is okay?
There were people in her life who told, who kind of said, you know what, you don't need that, and for her love, she was obsessed, like upset with them because they said that. So
Mm,
you see how it's so funny that you can love a person so much that no matter what they're doing to you, you're like, oh, it's okay. I'm not gonna talk to that person because they don't like my whatever. But love takes over your brain, and
mhm,
then you can't think straight. You can't focus on what's right. But she did see it in the end because they kind of separate. She kind of told him he had to go, but I didn't even know he came. I didn't even know he was around her, came back in her, like I said, her space.
mm,
That's why I was so glad when she said he's going. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. That's what I said.
mhm.
In June, I asked her what happened to, and she said, oh, he's out of my life. I'm like, thank you. And I looked up and I said, thank you, God. Didn't know he was coming back in. Did not,
Wow.
because I would have told her, no, don't do that. Mm-mm. But you can tell somebody till you're blue in the face. No, but the love or I don't know if it's a syndrome or something they get. I don't know.
Mhm,
And but they won't leave or they won't let them go. They'll bring them back and they'll say, oh, he's just doing this, but not knowing what they're thinking in their head. That, oh, I'm gonna kill her. You
mhm.
know. Oh
Wow.
boy. Yeah. It's hard. And like I said, women out there, also men, if you're listening to this and you have a girlfriend who's obsessed with you, run. It happens both on both sides. So yeah, but more for women than men. Yes.
Wow.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
Years ago there was a female rapper. Her name is Eve. She made a song about her best friend who was also killed by her boyfriend, significant
Mhm.
other.
Yeah.
Um, and one of the things she said, to your point about love, she says, love is blind and it will take over your mind. What you think is love is truly not. You need to elevate and find.
Oh wow. So
Whole,
that is true.
her whole song was so amazing, but I think there are people that even with that song didn't really take it serious. You know,
Neither.
it, love is blinding.
Yes.
And but to her point, what you think is love is really not. I think that it's classified as love, but it's not truly love. It's lust. It's, oh,
Yes. Yes.
touched. I
Yes.
be, what he says when he's not hitting me, or what he does when he's not verbally abusive, that somehow overpowers the truth of the matter, which is this person is terrible for me. Terrible.
Yes. Mhm. You know the worst one is the ones that cry. So,
Oh,
oh, baby, I'm gonna do it again. Those are the worst. The
wow.
ones that cry is the worst because
Wow.
that's fake.
Mm,
Yes. Hmm. I totally know that's fake. Hmm.
mm,
But I wish, I hope this can touch one person. If this could touch one person and let them think about it,
mhm,
let them have a confidant, a pastor, someone who they can confide in,
mhm.
and someone who they can talk to. Maybe they can leave that situation and not Let
Yes.
what happened to my friend happen to them. I pray that this reaches someone who's
Yeah.
in that situation and listening to this and say, "Oh my goodness, that's what's going on right now in my life.
Yeah.
I need to take heed and run." Yes.
And I don't make it really personal here, but I want people to really know how terrible this is. When when your best friend's boyfriend stabbed her, he didn't stab her once, did he?
No.
This was a madman. This is somebody that
It
stabbed her
was.
like
I'm not even going to disclose how much times he stabbed her, but it was not once. She's not here. Yeah.
you for saying, and I'm sorry I even had to bring it
But
to
that's okay.
the why
Yeah.
I don't think people really understand. She didn't just die because she was stabbed one time. She died because he was again insane. This is a person that was crazy and as far as I'm concerned, demonic, but that's a whole nother
Yes.
topic to get into.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
just like his just like his behavior in stabbing her several times, he gave her several reasons. There was someone that commented earlier that said, there's reasons why a person won't leave. And in addition to that, there's reasons that, and many reasons that this person and other abusive people will give you to leave.
Yep.
So I believe it was Jersey Shine who said you have to, as a friend or as a family member, you have to give your loved one a place to keep it real, an opportunity to go
Yes. Yes.
in to really just be honest about what's going on. And that's hard because it's a very sensitive topic. But if
It
a
is.
person is in a relationship that you think is no good for them, you can ask them straight up, but you have to be able to give them, I think, the kind of love and not sound judgy, but
Right. Not judging them.
right,
That's
exactly.
yes. You're not judging them. You're not telling, oh, you just have a listening ears and then you could give them, suggestion and not letting them feel like, oh, they're a bad person or why are you doing this or girl, you need to no, you can't do that because it's very sensitive, especially if the person love the other person.
Yes,
It's a sensitive topic.
it really is. It really, really is. And thank you so much. And I think there were a couple that I didn't allow you to continue with, but you said there were other signs that you hadn't gotten to, I believe.
Well, it's just the third one, and that one I got after she was gone that he was hitting her, and then the last one he killed her. But I just wanted to share this with the audience that the statistics.
Mhm.
So 18,000 women killed per year in domestic violence incident. That's 150 per month, 5 per day, and
Wow.
almost one every 5 hours.
Oh my gosh.
And all domestic incidents, not men killing women. Women kill men, but they only kill women are being killed at 64% and men are being killed at 33%. So women is like double times the men. I just wanted everybody to know that in the audience that it goes both ways, but women are the ones who's getting killed more than men. Yeah.
Wow.
And I just want one more thing to say to the audience. Ladies, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Early detection is the best protection. So be sure to get your mammogram if you haven't already got it. This is October, remember.
Great. Yeah. It's not just domestic violence awareness, it's also breast cancer awareness month as well. And you are absolutely right. Absolutely
Yeah.
right. Now, I have a question for you because I don't know if everyone can. I'm sure you can. It's hard for me to see because everything is small on the
Yeah.
my
It's
visual. But
yes.
can you read this? 4 signs of a man that will kill you, because you obviously talked about each point, 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, and 4. But can you read it to us so we can hear it?
Okay. The first sign is he become obsessed with you. He has to know your every whereabouts and he has to know everything you're doing. That's the first sign. Okay. The second sign is he starts to verbally abuse you, starts to call you out your name and disrespect you. Right? That's the second sign because that's what he did when he picked up her phone in my ears. And the third sign is he starts to physically abuse you. So the second sign, he's just doing it with his mouth. But then when he sees that's not working, then he starts hitting you. And he starts to beat you. And when he feels like the beating is not enough, he's just going to kill you. That's it. Then it's all over. He's not here anymore.
Wow.
They're gone. So those are the four. And I got that whole thing from my friend. Yeah. So that's how I came up with that four signs, because those two first ones, she was alive.
Mm.
The three, actually, because no, I didn't know about the abuse. I didn't know about that, but I found that at the end.
Wow.
So, yeah. But I just want to say one more thing to my girlfriend who's not here with us anymore. I just want everyone to know what I thought of her. My girlfriend Sandra, she was a daughter who served, a sister who loves, a mother who bears, a friend who cares, bestower of love, life, friendship, and trust, a picture of poise, strength, and grace, a dreamer, achiever, a winner all along. We celebrate you today, my dear friend Sandra, because you're always going to be in my heart forever. The phenomenal woman you are and you always will be as long as I'm alive. That's what I have to say to her. I'm sure she's listening.
That was, thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm looking at her just thinking, wow, you would
Everything going for her.
Beautiful, and she looked like she was a woman of strength, and everything she said was, it sounds, I can't paint, I don't know her at all, but when I see these pictures and I heard you read about her, I'm just like, man.
Yeah, that was my baby sister. I say to her every day, you are my baby sister. I don't care what you. I love her and I will always love her. I always think about her. I think about her every day. I think about her most of the time. Sometimes I hear her voice in my head. But I just say, thank you, Sandra. I know. Yeah. But I pray to God that her story could be out there. I know there's lots and lots of thousands of stories, but this one hit me close to home.
Yes.
I've never had anyone die from domestic abuse.
Mm.
But yeah. So
Wow.
I just want to I thank everyone who's tuned in. And
Yes.
anyone who didn't see it now, they can go on YouTube and look at it. It's a good story to hear. And if, like I said, anybody out there at all that's in a relationship and you see the first red flag, run. And like I said, it's easier said than done, but just leave. Pack up and go.
Yeah.
Leave away.
It's easier to get out in the beginning than it is the further along you go, because then you start to this relationship, even if it's toxic, the relationships you get more connected to the person, and it makes it a lot more difficult.
Yes, it does. It really does. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for having the courage to come here and to share this story. I know it was difficult, but I do appreciate you. The story that needs to be heard, not just here either, but everywhere. We need to share these stories more often, because the numbers that you gave, that is horrible.
Yeah. And forget about protective order. That paper doesn't even, I hope it's gotten better. I don't know, but I pray that it gets better for women in this world and for men to stop killing our women, our mothers, our daughters, our sisters, our niece. Yeah, stop. Kill.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of our program today. Thank you, Jackie, for and our today. We appreciate you. To the viewers, we thank you. We love you. We appreciate you as well for being here. And I hope you share this with someone. Somebody needs to hear this.
Yes, absolutely.
To hear this.
Yeah.
18,000 women get killed a year from domestic. Someone needs to hear this.
Yes.
You out there. So please share this with them, and continue to be the open door that they need to express how they're feeling about their relationship with a person. So we thank you. God bless you all, and I hope a wonderful week.
It was nice to you. So hope to see you soon.